Click, click, boom. What's going on, faithfuls? The Nothing But Niners crew is back. Oh, I got messages up on the screen. I'm not supposed to have them up there. I'm sorry. Guys, we are back to bring you guys our midnight show, man. March Madness at midnight continues. Here it is, guys. We are on, well, it was the March 9th episode. Here it is, officially the 10th now. And I can't wait to discuss some of this stuff with you guys. So here we go. Guys, start sending those questions. We don't have any official questions in here, but I'm you guy 49ers Mike _ NFL. And over here on this side is my guy Brian. He is Stater _ Niner. And down below is NJ Niner fan 499. Fellas, are you guys ready to answer some questions for the faithful?
Let's get it on.
I like it, man. I like it a lot, man. We just had a very interesting show. Hopefully you guys got to hear or see that one. And if you didn't, it's going to be turned to a podcast shortly after this episode concludes. And we're going to go from there. So let's see what questions and contributions we have. Now, Brian, can you see the questions in here?
I can see the questions that are in the comments section, yeah.
Yeah, can you see the times on them? So do you see one at 12 o'clock or at 12?
So starting at, 9 o'clock for me. Let's see.
Yes.
How comfortable are you guys? Vince, you want me to just read it?
No. Just tell me which one it is. Who wrote it?
Oh, Vince Felice.
All right, here we go. How comfortable are you guys going into the season as Harris being our starting safety? Seems like a liability in coverage. Let's go with Tony, and then we'll go up to Brian, depending on how long Tony's answer is.
It depends on what scheme they play. If he's going to be in the box safety, I feel pretty good about it. If he's going to play a split safety or a deep safety, he did. I'm a little worried about it, but he did come on strong at the latter part of the year. So I mean, it will be interesting.
Mm-hmm. Brian, your thoughts on it?
Not a priority piece for me to upgrade, but if it gets to the point where we still got some money and there's a potential free agent or somebody in the draft we like, then yeah, let's do it. Upgrade on that, but not the highest on my priority list right now.
Yeah. I think it's weird that people want to see Pro Bowl play from guys who have been rotational pieces at best. I think that we have to see a little bit more of guys like Tim Harris to see what they truly have. Let these guys get comfortable and let them play for, an entire 2 or 3 games to see what they really have. I wouldn't panic over a guy like Tim Harris. I like the way he brings the wood down in the box, especially.
Marcel.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Harris?
Yeah. I'm sorry. I apologize. But I wouldn't be I'm sorry, Marcel Harris. I wouldn't be panicking too much about it though. I want to see what these guys can do in the long run. So that's the way I feel. Base Zach says, with the Trent Williams news, who else do you see the 49ers going for? What happened? Was there news that happened in between shows that I don't know about?
I didn't see anything change.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, man. I don't know what news you're talking about, Zach. If you see anything, write it in there, okay? Miss Debbie chimes in. Hello. She says, Alex Mack, center for the Falcons. He's a vet and was first rounder. What you think of him? Let's go with Tony on this one first again, then we'll go back up to B.
You know how I feel about him. I like him. I think this is the type of player that this team needs, and it's not going to cost you a ton of money. I think they draft somebody to groom behind him to take over next year and potentially the year after.
Absolutely. 100% agree.
Okay. I'm a little hesitant on him because of the age and the play. But, if he's the last case scenario, I wouldn't be mad at it. Cali Boy says, do you think we should have went after Trent Brown? He went to the Pats for only a 5th. Let's go to Brian first this one, and then we'll go back to Tony.
I can't really say. I mean, obviously not working out in the Raider system, going back to a system that he was successful in. We kind of got rid of him before he really turned that because he was kind of if I remember correctly, he was had some issues with his maintenance, I guess, his weight maintenance while he was with the team, right?
You said that.
I was trying to figure out the best PC way to say that. I don't know that we necessarily missed anything. I don't, we got rid of him once. I don't know that he necessarily would have been a piece that we bring back into this system the right way we want to be productive moving forward.
All right, Tony, what are your thoughts on it, man?
No.
Okay. All right.
Sweet and simple.
Yeah, Brandon Trejo says, with tackle-needy teams already making moves for tackle, is this a good sign that Williams' extension is imminent? Let's do Brian again, and then we'll go back to Tony. This is a
I
good question.
wouldn't say that it's imminent because there are still other pieces out there that have to fall into place. And, but I do think he is coming back to the team. I think the only reason he's testing free agent to make sure he gets the most bang for his, like the most money he can get, or what his ceiling is for his contract. Then he'll take what he needs to off of that to work with San Francisco.
All right, Tony, what do you think, man? All the other teams are signing their tackles. It seems like this is a good sign for the 49ers with Trent Williams.
Yeah, I think it is. I just think there's one team that still has an opening, and that's the Colts. But I mean, we'll see. But it is encouraging that there's less teams with cap money that are still in the market for a tackle.
All right, let's see here. Edgar, I will answer this one. Can we please not argue on this live? I promise you we won't. We don't have time to argue on this live. Ian says, who do you think will have a more productive season, Wilson or Mostert? Very good question here. Let's go back to Brian again, and then we'll go to Tony.
Firstly, I think it depends on what Kyle decides to do because he always seems to take the hot hand or his favorite player, whichever one he wants to roll with. I expect to see more out of Wilson. Getting thrown into that role and re-upped. I think that this will be a good year for him to show out and show up Mostert.
All right, Tony, what do you think, man? Wilson or Mostert, who has a better season?
I honestly don't know. I don't know because they both have injury concerns. And like Brian just said, they go with the hot hand. So it's hard to decide on that right now.
I think Wilson is the more diverse player. I think he's a better pass catcher than Mostert is, a better route runner than Mostert is. So I'm going to go with Mostert just to go against the grain. Everything in me says Wilson, though. Everything in me says Wilson, just so you guys know. All right, Teron Lewis is back in here. He says, with Tart possibly leaving, would you put Ward at strong safety and let Moore take the starting reins at free safety? Now, this is interesting because we saw Moore kind of struggle at times. What are you guys' thoughts on this? Let's start with Tony first in the garage. Let's give it to Tony, the silhouette.
Let's see. I honestly, I would keep it the way it is. I wouldn't change. I would keep it the way it is because I think Jimmy played pretty well last year. The only thing I would love to see is more turnovers in the second as far as the deep guys, the safeties.
Yeah, it definitely would be nice to have a ball hawk back there. But I agree. I would leave them the same.
Yeah, I would definitely leave them the same way. The less changes you have to make to a team, the better. I really, really think that. Sloppy Dickens chimes in and he says, do you guys think we make a go at John Johnson III, who was let go by the Rams? Let's go with Tony first here again, and then we'll go over to Brian.
Was he a free safety or a strong safety? I don't know off the top of my head.
I want to say strong, but I'm not 100% sure. I think he was strong.
I mean, if it's a fair deal, listen, I don't have a problem with competition with Harris because obviously it doesn't seem like Tart is coming back, but I'm good with competition. So if they want to bring him in, it's a fair deal, and they feel he's a good fit, go for it.
You know what, Brian? Don't answer that question. I'm going to give this next one to you. Okay. Riley Crawl says, I got to know, how does so much important information get leaked from front offices? This is a really good question, Brian. I'm testing you with this one. Go ahead.
Grant Kahn knows everything.
The truth of the matter is that there's three different things, okay? The first one being that news doesn't leak. A lot of people are just lucky guessers. That's number one. The second thing is that most teams have people that they use to put feelers out for the organization, okay? Don't think that it's a coincidence that all of a sudden out of nowhere, 49ers beat writers are suddenly talking about Sam Darnold, right? They want to know what the faithful feel about Sam Darnold. Now, I'm not saying that John Lynch called Matt Maiocco and said, hey, you better say something about him to see how they react. But I'm just saying that there are people who will be given information and try to get feelers out for certain players. And then the third option is that there's a guy out there who's just really good, just really, really good at connecting dots. Okay. And here at Nothing But Niners, we try to be a combination of all of those things. We have connections with the team. We have connections with individuals. And then we also try to connect dots here at Nothing But Niners. I'm willing to say this, though. more than 50% of the time, I don't know how much more, but more than 50% of the time, teams don't leak information. I will say it that way. Most of the time, teams do not leak information. Okay. Callie Young chimes in with another food question here. All right, Tony, we're going to go with you first. Pancakes, waffles, or pancakes? I want to lighten the mood after the last show. What do you think? Which one did you go to, Tony?
I'd go with pancakes. Chocolate chip pancakes.
No, Tony, waffles. I would have went the other way if you'd have said waffles.
All right, Brian. So if you had your choice, man, which one is it, man? Is it pancakes or waffles, though?
Oh, I'm much more of a waffle guy.
Really? I like pancakes. They're softer, man. It's just easier to get through. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe I should preface this. My wife makes sourdough bread, and with the parts of the sourdough bread mix that you don't use, you can make English muffins and super airy Belgian waffles. Turn out amazing.
Okay.
And so, that's what and then you can always put good shit on top of it.
I get that. All right, here's a long one here from Greg Vinto. He says, hey, guys, in 2017, Jimmy won 5 games with limited tape on him. Next year, gets hurt. 2019, still no tape. Then in this year, is it Jimmy that gets figured out, or is it Kyle's Shanahan scheme? This is a really good question. So we're just going to have Brian answer this one. Go ahead, Brian.
Well, I mean, as we all know, availability is the best ability, and Jimmy hasn't had that. And so, and since he did get hurt, he's very, very much limited in what he is able to do, or at least it seems that way to most of us who watch the game. You took the question away, so I don't know what the back end of it was.
Is it him that gets figured out, or is it
I think it's more Jimmy's execution than it is Kyle's schemes. Defenses can mess up Kyle's schemes because his schemes are built a certain way to open certain players up. And if a defense happens to, cover better on one of those, something that Kyle didn't predict, then it ends up looking like it's Jimmy's fault anyway. So I put it on Jimmy. I mean, I don't think that his scheme is you can't figure it out. It's just, it's the execution of it,
Fair answer there. Tony, do we pay Trent Williams anything over $15 million a year?
You're gonna have to.
Average.
You're gonna have to.
All right, so here we go. Was Kyle one of? I'm gonna give this one back to Tony. Short answer there. Was Kyle one of the coaches Chris Sims said he could scout QBs better than?
I don't know. I don't know.
Did he say that?
Chris. So Chris Sims said that there's a bunch of head coaches that he could scout quarterbacks better than in the NFL. He didn't say who, and I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say yes, for 2 simple reasons, and those 2 reasons are Nick Mullins and C.J. Beathard. That's why I'm going to say yes. That's why I'm going to say that Chris Sims can scout quarterbacks better than Kyle Shanahan. Those 2 guys right there. Does anybody here disagree or have a different opinion?
Nope.
Okay, so we're going to keep it moving. Thank you guys for those questions. Let me see here. Oh, damn, I lost my spot, son of a monkey. Here, I'll just start here. Okay, thoughts on Bud Dupree or Carlos Dunlap, and would either fit? Let's go back to Brian.
I think that I like them both. I would like Bud Dupree but more than I would like Carlos Dunlap. But as far as their fit, whoever's faster is who I'm going to go after. I'm going to go after the fastest defensive end I can find.
Okay. All right. Next question is from Tehran here. He says, is LaMarcus Joyner worth a look with him being released by the Raiders, Tony?
I actually like LaMarcus Joyner. When I saw them that they released him, I put in a group chat, this is potentially someone that should be looked at. He offers versatility. He can play inside, outside, and he can play both safeties positions. So,
yeah, very true. Big Heck chimes in. I'm going backwards, by the way, guys. Do you guys buy the hype surrounding Kellen Mond? I'm going to give this one back up to Brian.
Other than Chris Sims talking about him, he really hasn't gotten that much hype. So I'm going to go with no.
All right, Tony. Can we sign and trade Trent to the Colts for a first? So sign him and then ship him out of here. No?
I don't think so.
Okay. Was Kyle? Oh wait, we did that one already. All right, I'm going to scroll down to the bottom really quick. Actually, no, I'm not. We're out of time, guys. Thank you
Thank
for
you very
rocking
much.
here tonight. You guys that go out there, be safe. Peace.